According to Akita Rescue Mid-Atlantic, a dog which has been dropped off for adoption has about 72 hours to sell before it is euthanized. Now, I know most of us care about animals, whether they be dogs, cats, birds, hamsters, etc. And we don't want to see them die because obviously it's a very heartbreaking thing. So I want to talk to you about that today. And personally, I used to volunteer at an animal shelter forever ago. I'm talking when I was like 12 or 13. And I've seen multiple people drop off and find multiple animals throughout that time. So I know the process that goes on. I've never personally seen the euthanization process, but I know it's a very sad one. So I want to tell you about the importance of saving animals from shelters rather than big companies such as Petco or PetSmart. First, we will discuss the problem of not adopting from shelters. As stated in the intro, there's a very short period between how long an animal has to live from the time it is dropped off. According to PETA, approximately 6 to 8 million animals are placed in shelters each year, and those that do not sell are unfortunately euthanized. Euthanization is the killing of an animal through a lethal injection. It's a painless process, but it's a heartbreaking one nonetheless. They pass peacefully, but because they are not adopted, they are forced to be put down. And many animals are forced to be euthanized due to not having enough space in shelters or just not being adopted, not being presentable enough for the public to adopt. And like I said, nobody wants to see animals die, much less of unnatural causes or untimely deaths. Nearly 4 million cats and dogs are euthanized each year. This is around half of the 6 to 8 million being placed in shelters in the US annually. I said before, 4 million animals are euthanized annually, and that's a whole lot. I mean, 4 million is not a small number. And all the animal shelters which are forced to euthanize daily. Next, we will discuss possible solutions to this massive issue. I would say adopt with your heart, adopt more, and when you do adopt from shelters, because this gives animals a loving home and prevents them from being euthanized and encourages family. There's a family dynamic that's enhanced when you have a family cat or dog. So if we can encourage families to adopt multiple family pets from shelters, obviously we keep innocent animals from dying of untimely death. To do this, we could lower the cost of having a pet. Should we just restart then?
Just keep going.
Keep going. You already at 3 minutes.
All right. We'll just cut that part out. You can lower the cost of owning pets, and this includes lowering the cost of vaccines which pets need to get, lowering the prices of maintaining them, such as food, cleanup, all things considered. Finally, I want to propose a best case scenario for this. So first I want you to imagine a world where you go to the animal shelter and do not have to feel guilty about getting one cat or one dog over another, because you know how unlikely it is that because you pass up that one dog, that they'll die in a few days. If we continue to do nothing, then more and more scenarios like this will happen where innocent animals will continue to die. With all that being said, I want to take a look back and conclude on my observations. As stated before, you should adopt, and when you do adopt from animal shelters to ensure more animals are allowed to live, and find loving families which will ensure a full and happy life for them. Now, since most of us have a family pet, I want you to imagine if when you adopted your family pet, you chose a different cat or dog. Now imagine all the memories with that family pet you would not have anymore, and imagine leaving the shelter and your family pet being put down in less than 3 days because of your choice. That's why I think adopting an animal is important, and I get it's a big decision, but you do have the power to save one or more animals.